Hello, amazing healers and intuitive people. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about your posture and how your posture can determine your energy level and why that is. It's actually scientifically based. So stay tuned to hear more. This is Anastasia. I used to be a physics professor specializing in vibrational and quantum physics. After recovering from a serious illness using energy healing on myself, the calling to heal became so strong that I had to quit my 40-year research career. I replaced my six-figure professor salary within 5 months using a simple but not easy 3-step system that I worked out to grow my healing practice. Now I help other healers grow their practices, whether they're just starting or already have a practice, with this same 3-step system. I'm all about helping you too. Listen in to learn more. Thank you so much for coming back. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about your posture and why it's really important. So you can see that here I'm sitting up straight at my desk, and that's because my camera is right at about eye level here. And the other thing is that I have a laptop, but I do not bend over on my laptop because it would have me doing this, right? What I have is a big screen. It's a 42-inch TV where everything is at eye level, so I can sit up straight while working. So the reason is that your energy levels and your adrenal glands and all of those, your oomph and all of that depends on your posture. And this was research done at Harvard a few years ago by Professor Amy Cuddy, and you can find her TEDx talk online. It's an awesome talk. It's very popular. And she talked about how your posture will determine whether you have confidence, whether you have oomph, whether your adrenals are firing, whether your stress levels are up, because of the way your posture is. When you stand up straight with your shoulders back and your spine erect, in energy healing circles, that means that the energy has a free way to flow. In the scientific circles, what this means is it is a confidence posture. So when you smile, for example, it helps you feel better. That's because there's this two-way conversation between what's happening on your body and what's happening in your hormone levels, right? So if you are smiling, your body is doing something really positive, setting you in a happier frame of mind, and it helps you feel better, right? That's why Robin Cousins wrote the book on laughing to help heal his illness. I think that included some cancer, right? So he watched Laurel and Hardy films because he thought they were hilarious, and he laughed his way to health. Right? So that is a lesson that shows scientifically that getting yourself into an upbeat frame of mind, getting confident, getting happy is really important, but it also has to do with your posture, right? So if you are bent over, so think about this. If you are standing up straight like a superhero, you can put your hands on your hips, you can expand outwards, and opening up your chest. This shows you, your body, that you are feeling safe, that you are feeling strong, and that you're feeling confident. So what happens is inside of 2 minutes, your cortisol levels or your stress levels drop by 20%. The other thing that happens is your testosterone levels start to rise and will rise at about the same amount during that time. And what testosterone does, yes, even for you too, ladies, what testosterone does is help you feel stronger and more confidence, right? And if you are hunched over like this with your shoulders down, and this is how most people will do their looking at their laptop or hunched over looking at their phone like this, right? When you are like this, you are telling your body, like I'm even feeling it now, you are telling your body that you are not safe. So then the fight or flight pops in really quickly, your testosterone levels rise, or your cortisol levels, your stress levels rise, and your testosterone drops, right? Because you don't want to stand there and duke it out with testosterone. You want to run away from the situation. So this is exactly how applied kinesiology, or what we call muscle testing, works, right? When something is a yes, it's positive, it's up, it's high frequency, it makes you strong. When something is a no, that's like being weak and hunched over, and your muscles will test weak. So this is all scientific. It is not woo. It is not anything spiritual. It is a physiological response. And so one of the things that muscle testing does is it allows your body to know whether something is good for you or not. And one thing to do is, for example, to test the foods that you're eating. And when I first discovered how muscle testing and my food intolerances or allergies came into being, because in my early 40s, I was allergic to 84 different foods. And it got to the point where I could just put my hand on the food and I could feel it in my body that it was not good for me. So when I avoided these foods, and that included all grains, it included many milk products, including a lot of cheeses that I was eating, and it included a couple of vegetables and a couple of fruits, right? And sugar, coffee, all of those nasty things, chemicals, all of those things I had to avoid. So I went to eating all natural, organic foods. And my health and my energy skyrocketed. So there are several simple muscle tests. And the thing to do, one thing I tell people is that a muscle test isn't to test your strength. It's to test the difference between a yes and a no. So yes should be strong. So one test that I started using is to press my fingers together, and that would be a yes, and a no would be that my fingers would start to move apart. And I didn't have to hold my hands really tight. This was a yes and this was a no. And one that I do while I'm working is I'll just do it, keep my index finger straight and push on it. This is a yes, this is a no. And some people do the two fingers, and you don't have to hold your fingers so tight that this happens, is that you just test to see whether your fingers will slide past one another. This is a yes and this is a no. And some people do it with one finger in there. There are several of them. The deltoid muscle, for example, this is the muscle that's on the top of your arm that's shaped like a delta. The deltoid muscle is the one that is used by most chiropractors and naturopathic testers of your muscles. Some people use a pendulum. We call that dowsing, where you ask the pendulum, is this a yes? Show me a yes, and it'll do one circle. Show me a no, and it'll do something else. And then show me a neutral, and it'll get still. And some people use a stick for dowsing. Yes is down, no is, and neutral is up, right? You'll have different tests. I'm not very good at dowsing. I have used a pendulum. I find it very slow compared to tapping my straightened index finger, and then when it bends, that means it's a no, right? So these are very helpful for people who are trying to diagnose something, right? You don't have to have any special Claire skills. Remember, this is a physiological response. When your shoulders are back and your spine is erect, you are strong, you are reducing your stress levels. You are going from tear down mode, which is when the adrenaline or cortisol is being secreted by your adrenal glands. And when they go dormant, right? Stress is they're secreting. When they go dormant, this is called the parasympathetic state. And in this state, that's when your body is healing, right? So this erect, upbeat, strong posture is helping you heal faster. Okay, that's all I wanted to say for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much for taking valuable time out of your day to listen in. If you found this message helpful, please help spread the word by giving the broadcast a thumbs up or a 5-star rating. Share it with your friends and be sure to subscribe to my channel with your notifications on. For further training on healing and growing your healing business using my 3-step system, go to www.highpaidhealers.com. And I'll see you in the next video.